Get that going here. All right, everybody, it is now recording. Find that chat box because I did see a few people trickle in afterwards. Make sure you do that. I'm going to go ahead and move some things out of the way so I can show you things. All right. Again, if you want a copy of today's slides and what I'm using, that's going to be available here only till the end of the session. After the end of the session, it will not be there in that place in that folder anymore, but it will be emailed out to you as well as the replay, which will be sent to you later this afternoon after everything's rendered and been uploaded. Okay? So thank you to our amazing Google partners who do this and who want to make sure that you're successful. So this year we're going to be talking, or this moment we're going to be talking about a year in review. So these are metrics that matter. Again, if somebody knows how to take this little red annotation off, I left it on and somebody wrote on there, so I can't take it off right now, but that's okay. It's going to just show up on my face, but I want to say hello to you, that this is me. That red mark is not something that I'm bringing with me. That's actually on the screen, but I am here live, so this is not recorded. If you need anything Google, if you'll use that hyperlink in the middle, grow.google/small businesses, or if you're tweeting or posting out and you just want to let people know that you're doing this and you're really keeping your business growing and going, then you need to use the hashtag grow with Google. You can also tag me and I will show you the love by retweeting or reposting you in my stories. So you can find me on Instagram, or X is the first one, at Maria Duron, Duron, or at Get Found Got Growth. So I know there's some people here. There's an eraser tool in the whiteboard. I don't know if the person that has to erase it or you can do it. See, look at that. See, somebody knows. All right, there's an eraser tool. Let's see. Wow, look at that. All right. All right, I've got love to share with Ophelia. Ophelia, thank you, Ophelia, so much because I did not know how to do it. Woo! See, I am not definitely the Zoom guru at all. Take me to Google Meet and I know what to do, but Ophelia is now my go-to. Thank you, Ophelia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to you for all of your help. I appreciate it very, very much. All right, this is how you can connect with me. This is who I am. Of course, I've been on the Google team for a little over 7 years, or actually going on 7 years, just going on 7 years. And I'm excited to be here. I've actually been in business for 20 plus years, small business. So I know what it's like to be butcher, baker, candlestick maker, and everything else in the business, and try to grow and learn that all at the same time and still take care of customers. So this is not theory. This is actual practice that I do and that I'm very much prepared to talk about. And we'll be talking about our year in review and really looking at those metrics. Now on the Google team, I get to work really with a lot of military spouses and families and military veterans that are transitioning now to civilian life, or military active duty that are transitioning to veteran or retiree status, and how they transition to civilian life with their business. Now, some of you have been through a session with me about how to understand and make better business decisions with Google Analytics, have seen this quote before. It's true. We can have so much data out there, but there are so many things that are neat, N-E-A-T, to know, and those things that are need, N-E-E-D, to know. And we can lose a lot of time and energy spending time on things that are neat, but they have nothing to do with the growth of our business. One of those I know that a lot of people talk about often is the vanity metrics in social, right? Oh, I got this many people who like this, but what does that do to actually translate to grow business? If you know 100 people like something, and of that 20 of them come to your website, 10 of them leave an email address, so now you can start marketing to them very much more closely and more personalized through email, and of that 5 of them actually purchase. Now you know what the value is and the conversion value means to you of what those 100 likes. So when I say conversion value, understand a conversion is anything successful that happens on your site that you want to happen. It's a goal for you. That's a conversion. It does not have to be a sale. Even though I've been 15 years in international e-commerce, when I say conversion, it often means sale. But there are nonprofits where a conversion could mean that they sign up or they share their email address of 5 friends that they recommend. They volunteer. They become a sponsor. It could be even for-profit businesses that they download a PDF that you want them to read, or they leave their contact info, or perhaps they watched that video that you wanted them to see. All right. So we are going to talk about how data tells a story. This is something that I talk to people all the time about because they love to give me factoids and say, oh, Maria, you know what? 84% of people do this. And of this, 3 of our customers do this. Well, what does that mean to you? What is the story that that data is telling you? Because there's data that's just facts out there. That's just facts running around. Then there are analytics. Those give us a chance to say, oh, okay, we need to know a little bit more about the data of the people who are coming in from Oklahoma City. 75% of them are using a mobile phone. Of the 75%, all of those, there are those who are using an iPhone. Most all of them, majority are iPhone users, 98%. Those are great analytics. But now what we're looking for are insights. What does that mean to our business? Okay, so if most of our visitors are coming in from Oklahoma City and most of them are using a mobile device, then if only I have, a few dollars and a few labor dollars to use for an upgrade to my website, am I going to spend it on a desktop or laptop upgrade, or am I going to do everything for mobile? Because if I've got 84% coming in mobile, my first choice should be mobile. And if I have extra time, energy, and money, then I will put into the desktop. But if I don't, mobile has to be where I spend the lion's share of my time and money. So that is how we can really make better business decisions when we know exactly what story that analytics and that data is telling us. Where are they coming from? Is it smart to be able to market everywhere? No, you might look at your data after 2023 and realize, like my friend Brandon did with his business, that his best customer shows up at 2:22 in the morning. So he doesn't even schedule his social posts to show up till about 2:10, 2:15. Not that he can't serve everybody and anybody, he can, but he doesn't have that kind of money to be able to continuously do that. And he doesn't want to miss his best customer that brings him the lion's share of the profit to his business. So he makes sure that everything from his ads to his YouTube shorts to any post that he puts on social shows up between 2:15 because his best customers are between the ages of 28, 29, and 42, 44, I should say, to 48 years old. Women who are college educated with 2 children, and they're shopping at 2:22 in the morning. He has done the research for that to be able to make better business decisions. So today we'll be talking about how you can look at analytics and what reports. Google Analytics, don't become fearful of it because I'm not going to get techie about it, but I am going to get practical about how you can apply it. If you don't know, Google Analytics is 100% free with any Google account that you have. So a Gmail, free personal Gmail, not the paid Gmail or paid workspace, but a free personal Gmail account has access to a free Google and Analytics account, as well as just a free Google account that you use. Know that Google Analytics lets you know how customers, how visitors to your website actually interact with the information and what they value most, what helps them most in making a decision, what helps you in getting a conversion action. Remember, success action on your site. That is what actually it's measuring. 100% free. And it's all on us. Really, it is on us. While there are many things on us, it is solely on us to become experts on our customers. And this helps us not just theorize or find out maybe that this works for the masses. Does this really work for my customer? And that's our strength as small businesses, because we can be closer to our customer. We don't have to put a committee together to go study them. We know them by name and they know us, and we can be nimble enough to make decisions and change on a dime to be able to make those better decisions that meet them where they're at. So we'll look at the reports. We'll talk about Google Analytics search box if you're not using that, because it really is all rich with AI now. Google AI is helping you in there, which makes it easier for you to understand how to do this and to get the information that you need to make those decisions, what the benefit is of, and how to connect analytics with Google Ads. And then we'll do a recap. As always, everything that I'm talking about today is 100% free. All right. So in this instance, you've heard me. If you've been in any of the analytics training that I do, you know that if you are trying to test things out, then just like Eva with her business, her fashion business, she's trying to figure out a little bit more about her customers. So she wanted to put together her SMART goals and be sure that her customers are seen. So for you, do you have SMART goals? Have you smart tested all of your goals? Just when you say, I want more money, I just need to make more money in Q4 or 2023, then more money is $1 or one penny even is is more money, right? So be specific. That's what specific means. Make sure it is measurable. Can you measure that? Sentiment is hard. I want people to love me. Well, how are you going to measure that? Is it in likes, in follows? Is it that there are more people speaking positively? Have your reviews increased? Has your star rating increased? How are you going to measure that? It needs to also be attainable. So it can't just be, all right, I want $1 million then. I want to put it specific. I want $1 million by the end of 2023. Well, if you made $100,000 in 2022, what are you doing differently to make up that $900,000 this year, or what did you do differently? And if you want that for 2024, if you're setting your goals over the holiday season and you're setting that and you really want to be intentional, is it attainable? I'm all for big fat hairy goals. I am. But a lot of times we work against ourselves psychologically when we know it's a goal we cannot attain yet, or that we don't have a plan in place, and we start calling ourselves, really our internal speak that we hear starts calling ourselves liars, and we don't want to do that, because you do want to put something that's attainable, but only you know that by looking at your numbers. And when you look at Google Analytics, that gives you that data and that background to know where you've been and where you can be, right? You've been making decisions by gut instinct and it served you till this time, but what served you to get to this point may not serve you well to get to the next level. So you've got, is it attainable? Is it relevant? Maria, I just want to have 10,000 people follow me on Instagram or 10,000 follow me on TikTok. Great. What does a TikTok follower mean to your business? Okay. What does that mean in that conversion factor? How does it get you to success? Well, I know if I get 10,000 followers, how many people come to my website? Okay. You heard me say that earlier. So, again, really connecting those dots, that's on us to connect the dots to our actual goals. And then it does need to be time bound. When I want to make more money, well, great. You're 99 years old and you made one penny. That's more money. So, did you succeed at that goal? You need to smart test every single one of your goals. And while I've spent a lot of time on that, I did that because I know that right now you're either in a mad, furious rush and you're about to get to that lull in your business time when you're goal setting, or you're right in the midst of goal setting. And if you miss any of these 5 points, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, you can then miss the trajectory of getting to your goal. And I don't want you to miss that. So make sure you smart test that every single goal that you have with that test. And you've got to hit all five, because if you don't, one thing can throw you off. So for her, her business goal was that she wanted to create theme designs, focus on social, and she wanted to focus on 3 cities, right? And she was going to monitor that through Google Analytics. She used her SMART goal, and she really did have that 5 tested SMART goal in place. So now she had a really good goal that she could measure. And she found out in looking at Google Analytics, those 3 cities didn't do very well. Chicago was where her bread and butter were. New York wanted nothing to do with it. And Los Angeles wanted a little bit more to do with it, but not as much as Chicago. So if she only had limited time, energy, and money, she would have focused just on Chicago. And she also had to decide what marketing she wanted to keep focused on and in which cities. And that's how she did that. So for you, what are your goals? What are your conversion factors, or how do you measure success? It could be more sales, more leads, appointments, phone calls, foot traffic. If you have a real, you have a brick and mortar store where people come in and they really come in to visit with you. Or is it downloads? Could it be that you want them to watch a video, fill out a contact form? What is it that you want to do? Sometimes with people, the goal is just simply they know, oh my gosh, I've got 3,000 followers on Instagram, but if Instagram goes down today, or for some reason my account is hacked, or just Instagram gets crazy and they take it down because they said I did something to it, how am I going to get a hold of those 3,000 people again? What happens next? Because of course that's rented land. And now what do I do? Because they have the contact information for my customers or my connections, but I don't. So maybe that's a goal that you have for 2024. Or maybe you had it for 2023. So this is what Google Analytics looks like. All right. So it is a very free tool that you can use and connect to your website. And it connects to almost all websites, not to Amazon Marketplace, because that's a marketplace and Amazon has their own insights and it's a very closed looped system. Not to Etsy, okay, not to eBay, but it can give you some information if they go from your website there. And if you have a Google business profile, then you can also take a look and see who goes from your Google business profile, which is 100% free, and then maybe it goes to eBay or to Etsy. So you can look at some of those insights there. But that does give you a snapshot of what's happening. And you don't see it yet, but I've got an entire document for you. Let me see if I can bring that up. Let me see. I've now effectively covered it. Um, but you can see, I'm going to bring that front and center, and it's going to be small. Sorry, it's in PDF format right now. Let me see. Maybe I can. Nope, I cannot get it bigger. So we'll just go where. There we go. So this is something. There we go. Nope, wrong button. Bring this up now. Here we go. So this is something I'm also sending out to you. You can click through here and it teaches you exactly how to walk through and find all these reports, exactly what you need to do. You have the handout that I provided you as well as the slides in the folder. Again, I'm going to drop that folder link in the chat box. So that's there. Remember, it's not going to be available after the session ends. So the minute we hit 12 Central Time, it won't be available, but this will be also emailed to you, and it'll be in the section I have for you. There's going to be a link where everything's there for you. It will be in there. So you'll be able to see that. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Let's not do that. That's my bad again. Sorry. I was coming off of a live desktop presentation. So sorry for the psychedelic moment there. All right. So Google Analytics we have. So what is it? It gives you an understanding of exactly what your website visitors are like and how they behave. It also gets you a chance to see what strategies are working and really to make those great decisions. So now you can understand what content is working. You know, we put great content out there that we may love, but it may have nothing to do with exactly what everybody else needs. Okay, so this is really important for us to keep this in mind. And also, we need to be able to measure and know from our customers exactly what it is that we need, right? So we want to be able to look at that from them and hear from them in their own words. And we can do that when we look at Google Analytics with their behavior. Okay, I've done something, sorry, to my screen. And I cannot see. There we go. Hold on just a minute. Okay. All right, there we go. Just wanted to make sure that we'll be able to see everything here. All right, so now you can see that you can also evaluate, do you need to be spending time in socials? I'm a big fan of socials, and I used socials when I first got into business before I even was heavily involved with the Google team. And socials are what brought me to the party and helped me grow. But which socials? Because there are thousands of them out there. Where are your best clients and your best customers? Again, we want to fish where the fish are. We really want to think like people who are going to buy from us or do that conversion action. And so in order to evaluate the channels, we might be a huge fan of Instagram or TikTok and just hate Pinterest because it's very time consuming. But if that's where most of our people are, meaning our customers, excuse me, then that's where we need to be. It can help us focus our content and also our marketing decisions and strategies. So if you go to g.co/analytics, that's how you can get started. You just need to be logged into your Google account, which, as I said, is a free Gmail account or free Google account. And you're ready to go. So, excuse me, let me just take a quick break. Hold on. So just like any other Google tool, look on that left-hand side. That's how you navigate it. When you're in Google Analytics, after you've gone in and you want to take a look around, you'll see the home. This is where you land by default, is the home. So it's giving you kind of an overview of exactly what's been happening with your actual website and the behavior of people who are consuming your website online. So we're spending time there. You'll see right under there comes reports, and you can customize that information. And this is where I see a lot of people lose their time because they don't know what reports to look at. So there's so many neat factoids to look at there. And again, we want to know what we need to know, not just what is neat to know. So as we look at here, some of the standard reports are that standard report options are that we can look and filter for the date. So we can look at all of 2023, or we can just look at the last quarter here from October, November, December. So that's Q4. We can customize the filters. Do we want to look just at OKC? Do we want to look at all of Oklahoma? Or maybe we want to look just at Durant and we don't want to look anywhere else. Perhaps we want to look at the whole southern region of the states, or maybe the United States as a whole, or the world. We can filter that way. We can also add a comparison. Maybe we want to know, how does Oklahoma compare to Texas? Do we need to be able to fund most of our efforts in Oklahoma, because that's where most of our customers are and people who are interested in what we have? Or do we need to spend some in Texas? Or maybe it's vice versa. So we can add that comparison and we can customize and save that so we don't have to do that every single time. It makes it a lot easier. Google Analytics can be customized to everything that you need to look at to help you make good business decisions. But a lot of times we get lost in all that's there because there's so many great facts and data, right? So many things that are neat to know. But again, we may need to know something like what's happening in real time. You see that on your screen right now. Let's say I just launched an amazing post on Instagram, right? I did a reel, I have a story, there's a link there saying you need to come here and do this now. And I want to know if it's having any effect. So I can look in real time right now what's happening to see where people are coming from. Are they coming from Instagram? Or is Instagram just falling flat and it's not working for me? They're really coming from TikTok. That's where I see them coming in. Now I can make decisions going, do I need to even take the time to change my TikTok and convert it to an Instagram reel? Or do I just need to not worry about the 11% I pick up there in Instagram and focus all my efforts in TikTok? The same with email marketing. If you launch out an email marketing program, you can look at your email statistics, but I want to know who's actually looking at it and is it bringing in new people, not just our current list of people. So you can monitor that. How do you get Google Analytics where? Is it free? Yes, it's 100% free right here. Let me go back to it. G.co/analytics. Everything that I'm talking about today, I want to reiterate that everything that I'm talking about is 100% free with a free personal Gmail or free Google account. So absolutely, just go to g.co/analytics. And if you missed it, Corinne, I'm going to drop it one more time here in the chat. This is how you can get a copy of the slides that I'm using right now that has that link there so you can see that, as well as the handouts. So just go ahead and use that link and you'll go to that folder. You're very welcome. Great question, right? We want to make sure that we know that what's available to us. So you can look at reports in real time, what's happening, and you can look at acquisition. What does acquisition mean? Where did they come from? Where are my customers actually coming from? Not where, oh my gosh, I've got 10,000 people that follow me on TikTok. That feels good. But is that really where people are coming from? I need to look at the numbers, right? You can lie about the numbers, but the numbers don't lie, right? So you want to look at those numbers. And I will tell you, any entrepreneur, actually funder, investor, angel investor that I've ever talked to has said they only work with people who know their numbers. Any SBDC and any bank says they need to know their numbers. I don't care how thick their business plan is. The most important thing is they need to know what it has in it and they need to know their numbers. And for you, knowing those numbers will make a big difference in your success. If you don't know your numbers, if you're like me, I was so scared of my numbers when I first started, terrified because I didn't want to make poor decisions in misunderstanding what the data, what the numbers were telling me. And I actually had I had a board of advisors. So these are people that are not financially invested at all in my business, but they were close people that I connected with who could help me make it through this so I wasn't blindsided. Then I became involved with a business incubator, and I love business incubators and business centers because they come with already their whole set of advisors that can help you not be blindsided by something that may not be your expertise, right? We are great at what we do. We're great technicians in our business, but running a business is a whole other skill set. Okay, so you can see acquisition right here, how you acquire that, and you'll see in that big box. So that's the little blue outline button there says acquisition. So you see all that navigation on the left side, but you will see there that you can see if it's direct. What does direct traffic mean? That means that they use your website URL. So if you're abccompany.com and that's how the majority of people found you, then you've done a good job branding. that means you might want to just lean into it more and really just dominate, or realizing a lot of times when I make a decision and I see, they already are using the direct name, they know the brand, then I'm not going to spend a lot on brand awareness. I'm going to actually lower what I'm doing, the efforts of time and money on brand awareness, and focus on consideration. So you really need to understand your marketing funnel. So a marketing funnel starts with awareness first. That's top of the funnel. That's big, because if they don't know you exist, they can't do business with you. That's why a lot of people like using Google search, Google business profile, because they can be more visible there. Oops. I'm seeing a little bit of lag there, right? Anybody else seeing that lag? I saw the lag. Apologize. I do not control the internet. But so, when I look at that top of the funnel, it's awareness. The second is consideration. They need to now consider you. Are you best at what you do? Nobody wants to work with somebody who isn't really good at what they do. It doesn't matter our budget. Are they trustworthy? Do they have good reviews? Can I see the product? Can I see that maybe they have the inventory of the product? Do they know their stuff? So that's awareness, consideration, conversion. Conversion means they do that success thing. They either buy from you, they download, they leave their email address, they fill the contact form, they watch the video, they read the blog post, whatever it is that you need them to do. So awareness, consideration, conversion, and then loyalty. How are you nurturing your loyal customers? Because it costs a whole lot more, and I'm calling them customers. But understand your donors, people that come to your site, people that are visiting, those users. I don't like to call them users, so I say potential customers. People who are there, who are either going to buy you with their time, with their energy, their money, or all three, right? They're going to invest something like that within doing business or working with you. All right, so you can see where acquisition comes from. Cross network means that they are actually being shared from somebody else, or a referral. So it could be cross network, actually could be that they were on YouTube. They found you on YouTube, so it came in that way. Maybe it was a YouTube short, or maybe somebody else promoted you on a ribbon cutting on a YouTube short video. Referral means that was on another website. Paid search, of course, are Google ads, but paid search, there's also social paid search. Organic search means that they are searching for, let's say, if you're let's say an insurance agent, right? So they're looking for insurance in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They are not looking specifically for you. So they know that they want insurance. They know that they want and need that, but they don't know who should provide that. So you may need to work on brand awareness. If the majority of people are finding you through organic search, that means they know that they have a need and that there is somebody who can fulfill that need, but they don't know that that somebody needs to be you. Okay, so that's how you can read that. And then engagement, where are they actually coming from and how long do they spend time on your site? This is a little bit different, because what you're seeing here is with Google before Universal Analytics. So Universal Analytics was available in how all of us measured everything that happened on a website until July 1st of this year. And then everything that shut down completely. So that has been retired, and Google Analytics 4 is fully the way and the only way that you can measure things through Google on what people are doing on your website. So when you look at your numbers, you may have looked at bounce rate before. That might have meant something to you, and it did before July 1st. Now that doesn't matter as much, because we know people have more than one device. So I might start the day on my phone, and then I might be sitting there dropping off kiddos, and then I come to my office and leap to my laptop or my desktop, or maybe I go for coffee and I bring my laptop, then I go to my desktop, then when I get home, I throw it to my smart TV. So even though I might have left each of these tools, that doesn't mean I've bounced and I'm not interested. I'm still engaged, because I've gone and utilized all my devices to still stay looking at your information. So that's why we look at engagement rate now, because it doesn't matter if somebody bounced off of a phone to go to a desktop. It does matter whether or not they stay engaged. So you want to know their engagement rate, whether or not what screens they're looking at, what pages perform for you. Why spend time redoing and up-leveling a page if it's not performing for you? Okay. And then where are people buying from? All right, I see some questions here in the chat. I'm going to take a look at them. No worries, no worries. You're doing good. Let's see. So I need to link my Instagram and Facebook to it. Yeah, what you need to, not your Instagram and Facebook. not to analytics, because you can't connect those. They're closed loop to analytics. But what you need to know is, how are they getting there? Okay, are they getting there from Facebook? So how many of you know what a UTM is? UTM, let me know, yes or no, because I won't spend time on explaining what it is if you know what it is. Okay, if you don't know, just put a question mark in the chat. All right. Oh, I see lots of questions here about our Google business profile, and I will save those to the end. Okay, because I can't answer those questions for you, but I'll save it at the end. Okay. Is this the updated analytics page? Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry. Uh, it was before. I've got some other new ones, but yeah, not this slide. Let me see. Let's see if I can show you the updated one. So we'll all be on the same page here. Let me go to Google Analytics. Give me a moment. That way I can show it to you. Internet's being laggy though, so I might going to a live demo might be a little bit hard. Let me show you what because yours will be different, so you're not alone. It is a little bit different, but understand. So let me see if I can bring this up. Hold on. It's just being a little. There we go. I want to bring the demo account up. I don't want to. There we go. All right. It's not populating really well, so it's not. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, let me bring it up so you can see it. Give me just a minute. All right, I'm gonna make that bigger because I am broadcasting. This is an actual current Google Analytics 4. Okay, so that's what this looks like. This is the only one available since July 1st. If you're seeing something that doesn't match this, you're seeing Universal Analytics, which means you have not migrated to Google Analytics 4. That means your data stopped collecting on July 1st. You have no additional information after that without Google Analytics 4. There were lots of messaging because Google Analytics 4 has actually been around and available since October 2020. And there was a lot of warnings that, Universal Analytics is going away. So you may need to look at that if you've not migrated to this yet. But you see how right here, if you go to the left, all of the Google tools are the navigation can happen a lot of different places, but we always start with the left margin. So you see home, you can see the reports. So when you go to the reports, it now opens up a more to the right, but still on the left side navigation panel. So you see this one that pops out when you hover over these icons, then this comes up, and now you can go here and click on this, and this will open each other up. So that's why it may look different than yours, because it's opening up. I have it opened up within the slide deck of showing exactly what's available through that report. If you want to see your overview, where your users are coming from, where your traffic's coming from, you can see all of that too. All right, let me see what other questions are. Oh, you're welcome. Where is this for Google Workspace users only? Nope. Nope. Free personal Gmail or free Google account. So you could use a free personal Gmail or free Google account. You do not have to be a Google Workspace user at all. Okay? All right. So I asked the question earlier of, now I forgot what my question was. Everybody, I started reading the question. Somebody be a friend to me and let me know what my question was that you all responded. So UTM. All right. Thank you. See, I tell you what, I'm really in the moment with you guys. All right. So this is not just recorded. All right. Let me go here and explain what a UTM is. And let me come off of this real quick. There we go. That way I'm not just freaking you out by changing things. All right, so what is a UTM? UTM is an acronym. It stands for Unique Tracking Metric. Unique Tracking Metric. And those are free. Those are 100% free too. So what you'll do is, let's say you're going to post on Facebook or Meta. So that's Facebook and Instagram, and you're going to let's say you're putting because on Facebook, of course, you can put it in the post, and Instagram, you can put it in the story using the links on the story, or you can put it in the 4 links that you have available on your profile. You can put a link there. So what that is, a UTM is, it is taking that you're at instagram.com/ Get Found Got Growth. That's mine. And if I put it as one of the 4 links in my profile, then I'll put a UTM that has some tracking numbers after it. And I'll share with you, actually, when I send you the email out with everything, I'll share with you a link how to set up. You can just copy and paste your links there to, let's say you're sending them to your home page of your site, or let's say you're maybe sending them to the blog page of your site. You can just copy and paste that link, that URL, that website address of your blog, and paste it into the UTM generator. So it's a UTM free generator, and then it'll generate it for you. And now, when you're in an analytics, it will say, oh, this UTM was created for Instagram, because it'll ask you this link. It'll create that unique tracking metric for you, and it'll say, what is this for? What is it tracking? An Instagram post or Instagram story. Maybe I used the link in the story. I didn't even use it in my profile. I used it in the story. So it's going to put that in there. So you will now be able to see in your analytics when you look at acquisition where people came from. So when you're looking here at acquisition, it will show you, oh, this many people came from Instagram, this many people came from TikTok or anything. So Crystal, it's not an app. So it's not an app. I'm not sure what you found, but if you'll go to g.co/analytics, I'm going to put it right here in. It's not an app. You can have the app on your phone if you want it, but I recommend doing all the going through all the questions and everything to connect it to prove that you're the business owner, because you have to do that first. We don't just let anybody connect to anybody's website. If you're not the owner, you do have to prove it, and that's best done on a desktop. So use that link, okay? That one will get you straight there. All right, perfect. And again, I will share that UTM generator link when I send the email out to you, okay? All right, everybody. Any other questions on what a unique tracking metric is? Now, when we're looking at how people buy from us, that's also important. How do they buy? Where are they buying from? When they put things in their cart. So this is again, if you have an e-commerce site, so you're going to want to measure what actual purchases are, and you can take a look at that, and you can actually see what I love to look at is I love to look at, all right, how much, is the order that they buy. So I know how much they usually get. I like to also see, did they just go to our site and look and buy from us on our site, or did they go to the site, look at it, and then they went to Google business profile to see what our reviews are. Then they went and headed to Meta, Facebook, and Instagram to see some social proof. Then they came back, because if any of those social channels helped with the lift, I want to know that, because that's how I decide how to spend my time, energy, and money, is knowing what the numbers are telling me, which is really what the customers are doing. I am mirroring their behavior and just making sure I'm on their radar in the most effective and really most cost-effective way. So with retention, you can see how loyal people are too. Are people returning customers, or are they new? This is important because that'll change the whole messaging on your site. If most people coming back to your site or coming to your site are returning customers, so they met you somewhere else, maybe you networked with them, word of mouth, maybe you have something helping, you really are very involved with them in Instagram, so you do a lot of lives in Instagram or in TikTok, then your website might be where they go always to do whatever business that you want them to do, whatever conversion action, but they're not new there. They're coming in from someplace else. They are returning people. So your wording on your site is going to be different, going, man, I'm so glad you're here. Glad we're connected on TikTok, but this is what I can give you here more. So it'll be different and you don't want that if most are new users, new people coming to your site, because they'll be so confused going, glad you're here. Well, where did I come from? I don't know what you are. I just found you when I was searching for this product, service, or solution. Okay. Tech will also help you keep up with your audience. What are they using now? Remember, there's a big shift because people are more into mobile now, that there are some sites that you'll go to that will even say, this is only available on mobile, right? Nothing else. So what you have also available to you is the search box. So this is something different. If you've ever been confused in Google Analytics, which many people are just because there's so much neat stuff there, and I'm a geek, a data geek, so I love to just geek out and take a look in there. You may not know that you can go into analytics and actually ask analytics. AI is there. Google Bard is actually answering your questions within there. So let me show you what that looks like with the live demo, and hopefully internet will be friendly with us. All right, so what that looks like is right up here. This is what's known as the search bar. We know people know how to utilize a search bar, right? So you don't have to worry about all these different reports. I mean, you could set them up and have them easily accessible to you, but you might just be exploring and trying to figure out, all right, you can say, what are my top events? What do people, what are top events? What are events? Well, events are when they come in, like let's say from Facebook, or they leave to go to Facebook to get a good review, or to look at Google to maybe search our 5-star reviews. Or it could be an event is that we watch a video, right? We watch a video and download a PDF. How many monthly users from last year are coming in this year? What languages do people use most? So you can put in whatever your question is here, and Google Analytics and Google AI will meet you there and tell you what's available to you. You can also go to more suggestions here, and now you can see actual the performance. You can look at demographics. You can see, where do people come from? How many people have come from organic search in the last 30 days? When people come from organic search versus paid search, how much is the revenue for each? This is important because maybe I don't need to be posting on Pinterest every single day if it's all coming from paid search. Or maybe I don't even need to pay for ads because it's all coming from organic, which means that they're just seeing all of the organic postings that I'm doing and my blog posts, and they're not looking at my ads. So why spend money there? This is where you can, again, look at your traffic and see, are you having some growth, the technology, and even e-commerce there. But then you might have a question going, how many? Well, see, now you start how many. Look at all the reports available to you. I love the search box. If you've not been using it, take a deep breath and say, now I know it. I'm going into 2024 and I'm going to use that search box like crazy. And these are the 5 or 6 questions that I'm going to ask. In fact, Maria gave me that. In the email that I'm going to send you is, what are the top 5 to 10 questions you need to ask? There are some that are geared towards e-commerce, but many are geared to just a website that is branding you or helping you get sales, leads, and acquisition, new customers. Okay? So you do have that available. All right, let's go back to the slide deck. Let me move this out of my way so we're not, okay, there we go. So using that search box is really utilizing analytics intelligence. That's going to help you learn your way around and answer your questions. And I say lean into that. You can go to this URL at the bottom left. So you see that blue URL there, g.co/grow.ai, to learn what else you can ask it there. But the nice thing here is you don't have to worry about prompts. You can just ask like a person. So you don't, what would you ask if that analytics was your AI in analytics was your analytics assistant? So you would say, I need to know this, right? You wouldn't say, what if this and this and this? You would need to know these different pieces of information completely about your site. So you can see that there are also recommendations here when you go to the reports area. That's what this is showing here. But you can also set up alerts and say, okay, when it falls over this amount, or when I've reached over this many people visiting my site, send me an alert. Or when people are really buying this product, or they're really looking at this video, I need to put more effort towards that because that's really what people are interested in, and maybe I need to do more of that. So I can set up alerts and have those emailed to me just in case I don't log into analytics every single day. And you can use these explorations now to just start doing different things. I want to know how many people who utilize an iPhone come from Oklahoma City in the 767, whatever the zip code is, who are men who play sports. Okay, so maybe I want to explore this a little bit more to really fine tune some of my targeting, because maybe I'm doing Facebook ads and I want to know, that's who Facebook says are my best customers. Is that who I need to find in search? Are they also the best potential customers in search? Now, one of the things that people forget to do often is if they have Google Ads, and I'm not saying to use the paid version of Google Ads. You can use Google Ads for free, not doing ads, but research, utilizing the free research functions within Google Ads. But if you are doing Google Ads, you do need to connect it with Google Analytics. Why? Because Google Analytics is learning every single moment how people are interacting with your information online. Why wouldn't you let Google Analytics teach Google Ads about that? Why would you spend the money, really the money, for Google Ads to figure out, oh, people don't want to read blog posts, they want to read video. And then it goes, when it's connected to your site in Google Analytics is telling it, I can tell you that all day long. All year long, they've looked at video. They have no idea and don't want to look at blog posts. They want to just look at video. I'm telling you this. So now you're not wasting money exploring and discovering that through Google Ads. Let Google Ads learn from analytics. The two connected together are very powerful and will learn from each other, and you can save tremendous time, energy, and money by doing that. Okay? So when you link them, what this looks like is you're at the back end of your actual Google Analytics. So that's, you're going to use the admin tab. Let me see if I can bring up analytics to just show you what that looks like. There we go again. Let's go here. So what you're looking for is the gear icon. See it right here? When you hover over, you don't see it when you're over here at this end, but when you go all the way to the left and right here at the bottom, that's where you're going to go to admin. And now you can go here and set up your account settings, and you can link them together. All right. So you can go here, product links. You can link it with Google Ad right there. It'll walk you through it. It's pretty intuitive. Just follow the prompts that come up when you click here, and you'll be able to do that. Okay. Alrighty, so when you do that now for 2024, you'll be all set to be able to make some good decisions because they're teaching each other. You're not having to do it. You're not having to be the go-between. You now know how to explore and search for things within your analytics to find those great reports that you need. So those are some things that you can do if you don't have Google Analytics. Now, remember what I said, I'm going to send you the email which has the reports exactly to look at, and you see that already. Some of them I've already outlined in the handout. That's there again. One last time, I'm going to put it here just because it's not going to be available once noon rolls around, and I'm in Central Time, so I'm talking about noon Central. But you can pick up there the handout, which also explains what are the top 5 reports to look at. I'm going to give you another document with links on how to do this on the top 5 to 10 reports. But what you're seeing in front of you here is what's known as Looker Studio. Looker Studio is a Google tool that is 100% free with a free personal Gmail and free Google account. And it kills me every time I see somebody pay for things to be measured on their site, because I'm like, you got this free, or at least use the free. Max out the free. I'm a bootstrap marketer. Max it out for free first, and then go for the paid stuff. After, if the free stuff doesn't do what you need it to do, then definitely you might have specific queries or specific things that you're testing that you need another, a paid thing. But a lot of times you can look at this, like this one is looking at, I think, YouTube. This is YouTube metrics. So this is a dashboard that instead of going into just Google Analytics, it actually pulls this information from analytics so you can look at your daily reports like this, and you don't have to worry about being distracted by the other things, because a lot of people are distracted by what's neat to know. So you can look at conversion and landing pages. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in real time. If, let me see, play friendly with me here, internet. So I'm going to show you, let's go here to summary, and I got to make it a little bit bigger, and then I'll broadcast it to you. So this is a business that has their Looker dashboard set up. Remember, the dashboard is free to use. You're just going to have to customize it the way you want, and you might want somebody to customize it for you. That's really up to you if you want to pay for somebody to do that. But you can see here that it's looking how many people are coming in, how many are new people, what revenue are you getting, what's your conversion rate, what's the engagement rate. Now they're still tracking bounce rate, but really engagement rate is the way we look at things now, and it'll let you know exactly what it was back in 2023 of November, and then even going further in the quarter till October. You can also see where people are coming from, organic. You can start looking at things like, oh, where are our best customers coming from? Well, they're coming from desktop mobile device. Is it paid? Is it organic traffic? You can decide and look at demographics and look through here to see, tell me a little bit more about who those best customers are. And you can go ahead and toggle that by date if you want to. You can also see, how many people are searching for things on your site that they may not be finding. So you can find the average order when somebody searches and when they don't. This is what they're finding with the results. This is what they're looking for when they're getting that horrible 404. They can't find anything on the site. So this is important to keep in mind, because if they can't find anything, they may leave your site. So maybe you need to consider, especially if you're getting a lot of people looking for one thing, like they're looking for AstroTurf, then you want to know that as well. Okay. You want to know how demographics are, what site content, what's performing best on the site. So different landing pages, what are they actually bringing in? You might have a dashboard just like this to be able to showcase to you exactly that without you having to be distracted by anything else. So you can set that up for free in Google Looker Dashboard, or you can get somebody to do that for you. Who could be that somebody? I do that, but so do all these amazing Google partners. And I'm all about local business and working with our partners because they are amazing. And they're not just one person, they have a group of people there that are helping you and available to you. Okay. So remember them and make sure you get a copy of today's slides. Looker Studio Dashboard. So it's Looker. Let me write that in here so everybody sees that. It's Looker Studio Dashboard. This is created by Google and it's 100% free with a free Gmail account or free personal Google account. If you want to ask me any questions, this is the place to ask me, because I am just one person. So a lot of times I work within our membership group. We have a paid membership group, and I'll answer questions there and do video walkthroughs. You don't have to come here. I'm just letting you know that if you want to, this is the best place to get a hold of me afterwards, because I'm constantly in there answering questions. But remember, you have your Google business, your Google partners. They are there and they're local. Plus they might know a local resource and person you can work with. Okay. This is how you can connect with me. That bit.ly link takes you to all my socials. It is sensitive to capitalization, so don't capitalize anything. But you can find me on my favorites, which are X or Twitter, Maria Duran, or on Instagram, Get Found, Got Growth. Okay. And I am going to model for you some really good behavior here. If you have provided good service, know that most people would leave a good review, but they don't leave a good review because nobody asked. I am asking you. You can go to reviewmaria.com, takes you straight to my Google business profile, or you can use that QR code to do that too. Okay. I'm going to look through the questions now as we get to the next step. I am going to stop